It's the day after the ominous Ides of March. Somewhere in the garden city of Port Harcourt, capital of Rivers State, a gathering of local and international travel professionals, tourism experts, and leaders in the hospitality industry converged for the first Port Harcourt Bantaba. Tourism is big business and a major source of revenue for many economies. Research shows that in 2016, travel and tourism grew by 3.3%, generating $7.6 trillion worldwide, which is 10.2% of global GDP when considering the direct, indirect, and induced impact. The industry supported a total of 292 million jobs, a ratio of 1 in 10 of all jobs in the world. Additionally, global visitor exports, or money spent by foreign visitors, accounted for 6.6% of total world exports and nearly 30% of total world services exports. While some African countries have already tapped into the gold mine, Nigerian tourism is still trying to find its feet. The Port Harcourt Bantaba was an opportunity for stakeholders, especially from the troubled but oil-rich Niger Delta area, to meet and network with professionals from other parts of the country and beyond. Venue was the exquisite The Edge Hotel, and the lineup was impressive. The Minister of Finance, Sovereign State of Accompong, Jamaica, Honorable Timothy McPherson, and 2 African candidates for the UNWTO Secretary General Office were expected, along with several other local and international travel and tourism experts.
It is unfortunate that we have 2 candidates, but it's okay. A man, you can't stop a man's ambition. So but what we have done is that we have engaged these people in Uganda at the Pearl of Africa Expo. And we have engaged them. I have privately engaged other candidates in Ghana at the 60th anniversary of Ghana. And I convinced them that they needed to meet, because before then they have not met to discuss. So I invited both of them to Port Harcourt. And both assured me they were coming to port, until on Sunday in Berlin, eventually both of them met and decided to talk to each other. So what we sought out to achieve by bringing them to port we found out we have achieved it even before Port Harcourt.
Last year we hosted South Africans, we hosted Ugandans, Kenyans in Port Harcourt. And it's exciting to see today, just the very first quarter of the year 2017, we are hosting a tourism expo where we are hosting and seeing the world being gathered here in Port Harcourt. For me, as chairman of the Travel Agency's Board of Trustees, it's exciting. It means business is coming back gradually. It means Port Harcourt is peaceful back again. It means Rivers State. It means Nigeria is good to go with inbound tourism.
It's looking good, so I really believe that by the end of the event, people will walk out of this event empowered and getting more knowledge about tourism, and mainly the tourism within the African continent.
The chairman of the occasion was the quintessential travel guru, Chief Mike Amachree JP, who has been involved with the industry for over 5 decades.
He's who we call Father of Tourism in Nigeria, not just only in Rivers State. Chief Amachree, Mike Amachree, has done well. He has put in over 30 years into tourism.
I was called upon by Chief Amachree, our founding father, the founding father of the Association of Tourism Practitioners of Nigeria. He called my national president, and because my national president was not going to be able to attend, and in fact he intended that the 2 of us attend the occasion because they are going to be honoring our own founding father. And so it behoved on me to expressly make the trip down to Port Harcourt.
Chief Amachree, a former president of the Association of Tourism Practitioners of Nigeria, has been to several countries to represent Nigeria at tourism expos and is rightfully acknowledged as the father of Nigerian tourism. Several speakers took turns to say a word or two on destination marketing before Jamie Alade led an interactive session on tour packaging.
With the orientation towards promoting Akampong and of course more specifically building more stronger self relationships, Nigeria has obviously taken on the role of Africa's powerhouse. And within the Maroon community, Akampong, we regard ourselves as kind of Africa's freedom fighters because we are the first sovereign community in the Western Hemisphere. And as we redefine ourselves in the 21st century, it becomes crucial for us to rebuild our historical relations with the continent, and Nigeria becomes an important destination for building those very relations.
It's taken some time for Nigerians actually to embrace the tourism market, for people to feel, especially in hospitality, hotels, they never saw it as careers. People are now actually taking hotel jobs as careers and making it careers, and that is encouraging also our guests. The guests are more demanding, guests are more well-traveled now. So I think Nigeria is now ready for that tourism market to actually enter into Nigeria. I mean, we see it in other states like, I think it's Cross River and those. I mean, I know West Africa, it is there, but it's not here yet, but we are now ready because, look at the outcome of the Bantaba. And we go to the Akwaba every year, we go there and we're seeing people actually interested. I think it just has to be marketed more well. People need to be more enlightened and educated about it.
I'm a friend of Nigeria. I've been here several times. This is I don't know how many times I've been here to Nigeria. And I was invited by Ikechi to come for this conference tomorrow. And my visit here is basically twofold. One, as a marketer, I know very well that Nigeria is a market for us, Zimbabwe. We think we are not doing enough in this market. We think we are letting ourselves down in terms of marketing ourselves in Nigeria. And again, the other reason why I'm here is I'm here to garner support for my minister, who is campaigning to be the next Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization.
The Caribbean generates the vast amount of its income coming from tourism. In fact, it's the primary contributor to GDP on the island of Jamaica, and within Akampong itself, tourism is one of our biggest industries as well.
Jos is certainly Nigeria's foremost tourism destination in terms of tourism attractions. It might not be for activities as it is now, but for the attractions, I think not too many places in Nigeria can compete with us.
Since I've been here, I've made it my duty to travel the length and breadth of Niger Delta. I go by road from Calabar, Akwa Ibom, that's Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, down to Delta, Benin. It's a fantastic sight, but nobody is tapping in on these areas. Everybody just want, okay, what's this quick money we can tap on? Oil. It's mind-blowing, and it's sad. It's sad.
Governments are being called upon at all times, to be the drivers. We know that it is the private sector that drives tourism, but you see, unless you get government to really understand what is in tourism, most of them are tourism shy. Most of them are tourism illiterates. They do not know the economic benefits that are inherent in tourism itself.
Service providers were also around to exhibit their products and services, while the day was brought to a close with an award ceremony.
I felt very, very great winning, and it's been a wonderful thing. And particularly, when you are when you are not at the center of places, what I mean is this: when you are not in Port Harcourt, you are not in Lagos, and you are not in Abuja, these three places, and somebody gets to recognize what you do outside of this city, it tells me one thing. It tells me that whomever is in charge of this is thorough. The person is grounded, because not everybody takes his time, or takes their time to go to such places, that people probably consider way off, like Jos, and then not just that, and for the fact that, the winner also from that part, is a woman. I think it's something to be glad and to be glad about, and I would say kudos, to the organizers of this program.
But I must tell you that what I saw today spurred me into thinking of another approach towards the promotion of tourism in Nigeria.
Day 2 featured a digital marketing training session with digital marketing guru Damian Cook, CEO of eTourism Frontiers.
Flyboku is a travel portal. Is a do-it-yourself online travel portal where you get the best deals. Period.
Tripberry.com is It's an online platform for travel. It is designed to service requirements of online ticketing, air ticketing, holiday packages, hotels, car hire. We do travel insurance as well, and medical assistance. Of all these services, primarily the advantage we have there is that Tripberry.com is has a fully automated process when it comes to air ticketing and hotel booking. When I say fully automated, what I mean is you can book, select your flight, select your destination, whatever lowest offer that you want to buy or highest offer depending on the user. You do an online payment and you get delivered your ticket automatically on your email. You don't have to call anyone.
We are at about 10 years old. We are a wellness resort, and the beautiful part of it is that, we have our own botanical garden, and we use the herbs and the veggies that we grow for treatment.
Bantaba is a Mandinka word for meeting place, meeting square. Mandinka in Gambia and Senegal, they have a meeting place where people come to meet to discuss things. So this is the Bantaba. That's what we are doing here. We are bringing people together to discuss things, tourism, network, speed dating, get to know. It's just a networking opportunity, and we add training to it so people can know what they didn't know before.
Everyone agreed that hosting Bantaba in Port Harcourt was a wise decision.
When I heard of Bantaba coming to Port Harcourt, I jumped up for it that this is good. This is what this state needs. The Edge Hotel, in partnership with Golden Tulip in Port Harcourt, working with Bantaba to bring people to rivers, I thought it was good. That was why I decided that I want to be part of this, to for people to understand that rivers is not only oil, it's not all about violence. People should come and see the state.
Tourism is always synonymous to enjoyment. Enjoyment in what sense? Enjoyment in having a good food, good outing places, good place to sit with your friends. I remember in those days, people from Lagos usually come from Lagos for weekends in Port Harcourt. We want to bring Port Harcourt back to that standard.
It's been really interesting for us. We've been having the Aquaba Travel Market in Lagos, and it's the maiden edition in Port Harcourt. It was a little bit difficult, getting everybody to come together, but I mean, we've had some very fantastic partners here in Port Harcourt and around the region. So with the help of our host, the Edge Hotel, and a few other personalities, we had the NANTA, full support from the NANTA group. We had the hotel association. We sent out a couple of correspondents to the various hotels in Port Harcourt and around the region. We were able to contact basically the states within the South and Southeastern regions, and I'm so excited about the turnout today because all things have actually come out good. Yesterday's event was a success. Basically, it's a joy for us because it's one thing to plan an event and it's another thing for it to come to play and then actually play the way you expect and beyond expectation.
For a first Bantaba, other than Lagos or Abuja. I mean, I've been to the Abuja one, I've been to the Lagos one, okay? And I can say for the first day it was actually fantastic, and I know for next year it will be bigger, definitely.
It's a wonderful thing, and being sponsored and driven, by a private person. It's wonderful.
It's been quite good. It's one of those. We've been participating in ATQ magazine events, Aquaba in Lagos, Bantaba in Abuja, and then Bantaba in Port Harcourt. It's been quite fruitful, a good experience, so to say.
It's been a good experience. I'm not new to ATQ and what Ikechi is doing. It's it's like our tourism ambassador at large.
So overall, I think yes, it's been very good, and definitely we have learnt from the training sessions.
The future of Africa is, as far as I'm concerned, based upon a new era of relations between the continent and its diaspora. And at the end of the day, we have to become so motivated, so excited about re-engaging our communities. Tourism is one of the most important sources of investment that any community can benefit from. The moment you talk about tourism, you talk about building hotels, you talk about putting infrastructure in place, whether it's airports or vacation sites such as swimming pools, etc. So tourism becomes a crucial backbone for local infrastructural development.
This is the third time I've attended the occasion, but this one luckily is in my hometown. It's in my home state, Port Harcourt. So I appreciate it so much that what we have been having in Abuja and Lagos has now come to Port Harcourt. That's why I appreciate Ikechi for all that he has been doing. And when Ikechi started tourism business, it was just my small boy, and I brought him through, and I saw what is in him, that is somebody who cannot just go back when he's doing something. Whatever you have planned to do, he will do it to success.
For a first time event in Port Harcourt, everybody told me, why are you going to Port? Port has this kind of image, which is unsavory because of the political situations they've had. But for me, in travel business, tourism enriches, it brings peace, it nurtures. So the best thing is to move it to the place where people said it won't work and make it work.
Perhaps the Ides of March only portends good fortune for Nigerian tourism, and the success of the Port Harcourt Bantaba is a pointer that the country is not only ready but eager to tap into tourism teeming gold